It's time for
Modcast.
You found a Modcast. I'm here. My name is Sheena, and I see some. Okay, well, goodbye, Joker. I see some of us have matching icons. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Rod.
I'm DJ.
I'm Tinbad.
And that's Joker. He dropped. And none of you went in the order I typed.
I
Well,
didn't see the order. Because I'm in the Discord.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Wow. We're off to a great start for the 10th Modcast. Anyway, a lot has happened since the last one. On the last one, I believe Sonia was still out here. We were doing our photo shoots, and Dan was telling his eyeball story, and I still have nightmares about that melon ball scoop.
Same.
Fucking awful.
Just a melon baller.
It's-
When you need, little melon
I
balls.
feel like every time you tell me something really gross like that, it just suddenly recurs in life so many times, and suddenly everyone's talking about melon ballers or like degloving fingers, and I'm just like, why does this have to happen? But anyways, Rod, you want to talk about that sick pussy you got?
Yes, I got a cat today.
Yes,
It's adorable.
You got a cat.
I've named it Almalexia because I played too much Elder Scrolls. And right now she's wanting to lick the, she was spayed yesterday. She's wanting to lick that.
Just the whole that.
Well, the shaved area with the puncture wounds and whatnot.
I mean, I imagine, because, when you get a scab or something and it's healing, it's itchy, and you, scratch at it. I get it.
Yeah, but surgical wounds are a little deeper than most scabs, so I really don't feel like having to, I don't know, duct tape the cat closed or something silly like that.
What? No. How come she doesn't get a cone? I feel like my cat had a cone, my old one.
Because for the most part, she's actually being really good.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, the animal control said she probably won't need one, but just in case, I can go by the vet and get a cone. Make it look like a satellite dish.
Or just tape a lampshade to her head.
I don't have lampshades.
Yeah, let's be real. What do you have?
I don't have lamps.
So how did you end up meeting her? Or, how did you end up acquiring such a little cuddle buddy?
Last week, I showed up and after work at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I heard meowing. So I thought, that's odd. Oh, I need to take the trash out anyway. So I go out downstairs to the dumpster, and there's a cat under a car. Okay, cool. And immediately it walks over and it, puts the front legs around my leg and starts rubbing its face on my leg. And I'm like, okay, you're clearly not afraid of people. So we chilled for about 2 hours or so.
Just 2 hours.
Took her inside, checked for any injuries or anything like that to warrant an emergency vet visit. Found fleas, took her back outside, and left a couple cans of food out there, which she didn't eat.
There was a photo of you were sharing with us of her outside on the ground in your leg, and then her on your back with you hunched forward, and then the photo of you lying on your sofa with an arm behind your head and this cat sprawled out on your tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That escalated.
We chilled out for a couple hours.
Only 2 hours, and you too could be on Rod's tummy.
Does my mic work now?
Yes.
Okay. I never dropped. I couldn't get my mic to turn on, and you guys started, and I didn't want to... Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm Joker.
As long as you get there eventually, that's what matters.
Yeah. I'm going to tell my kids that.
So she's healing right now. You had to wait the week for her, right?
Right, so I didn't know if she had known her. I assumed she did because she wasn't hungry. She seems appropriate weight and absolutely adores people. It was at the point where the people at the shelter named her Flirty. But, yeah, the animal control had a 6-day hold to see if the original owner turned up. And obviously the original owner did not turn up, but just in case, I was there at, open of business hours to pick her up.
I doubt she would have lasted there long. Someone would have grabbed her.
She seems so sweet from the photos. Like, I can't wait for, like, Alma videos. Like, ah.
Yeah, there's a woman bringing in a kitten. Apparently her neighborhood has a lot of wild cats. And
Spay and neuter.
yes, I got one of those, like, soft top carriers.
Yeah.
With, like, the mesh so the cats can see out and smell everything.
I have that for Noodle. I got it from, I think, PetSmart. It's great. There's, like, a carpet that's Velcro in it that you can take out and, like,
Yes.
throw in the wash.
Yes, I'm definitely a fan of that feature. But because it's soft top, like, people could look inside, and this woman that was bringing another cat in was immediately fawning over her.
No. Yeah, I remember you were kind of worried too. You like as soon as you dropped her off at animal control, you were like messaging us, being like, "Just dropped her off at animal control. I really hope nobody else wants her." And it was so obvious that that cat had already chosen you. Like the moment you were like, "I have to take the trash out," that you were already cat brainwashed to go outside at that very moment so that she could come and mark herself all over you, and then you go inside, and then those parasites are in your skin, traveling up your bloodstream into your brain to be like, I need this cat.
For a second, I thought you were talking about the fleas. I was
No, cat brain.
really concerned with what. Okay.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. You might want to flea bath yourself.
I checked the area, and we're good.
But,
so far, anyway. I guess there could be a few holdouts maybe somewhere, but I've not felt them.
So
I'm usually
far.
pretty sensitive to bugs.
Speaking of the cat carriers, I think I do remember. I can't recall if it was Noodle's recent vet visit or when I was moving her out to California, which I really hope not, because that's a long time ago. But there's like some smears in her carrier, and I'm like, I need to wash this. Which takes us to my awesome, gross story from earlier, and the reason why I had to take a nap in the middle of the day is I totally pooped myself.
Oh. What?
Oh.
What?
So I was away for this past weekend. It was Labor Day weekend. I like how you guys are just like...
Yeah, this needs some explaining.
You don't know what to do with this info. I was away this long weekend, and so I was, I guess, closer to the border where, like, Mexican food is a lot more commonplace in households, and where I was staying, I can't even remember what it was called, but it was like these breakfast burritos, and I don't know what was in them, but I've known from a long time ago that my body, I like the taste and the smell of spicy things. My body does not. It does not handle it well, and I do remember even on the day that we were driving back, because I road tripped with a friend, I had to nap in the middle of the day because I was just like, I don't know what it is. My body just needs some downtime. And then I think it was last night. I was also trying to take it easy, drinking a lot of tea, drinking a lot of water, trying to just flush everything out and get back to like my own personal diet of, crap. Just so that my body can get all of that out, and kind of happens. I got a little gassy last night, so I was like, all right, I guess this is just my body processing this. And so today I felt gassy again. Wasn't gas. It was not fun. So immediately I got up, took care of it, and I was like, man, lying in bed sounds really great right now. And so I just hung out with Noodle, passed out in the sun, woke up, felt better, had something to eat, but I totally pooped myself earlier a little bit, just a little bit, but it happened.
Just a little bit. It's the important thing.
I caught myself. I was like, that's not a little toot. Yeah.
It's like that moment when you know.
Yeah, it's like that was...
Time to stock up on diapers.
I literally felt like that. I was like, man, I wish I had a diaper or something right now for my nap. So it's it, boys. I'm over that hill.
Get you the walker to go with them.
God.
Good deal. Get both together.
It's gonna be the motorized chair. Sponge bath slave. Let's go.
Oh god. What did I sign up for?
I'm trying to remember the last time I pooped myself, and
Last week?
no, it wasn't last week. It's been a little while, but I was in the Coast Guard at the time, and I was feeling like sick as a dog. I was up in Boston. I can't remember what the hell happened where I was this sick, but I got up at one point and I felt dizzy. So I'm just like, ooh, I'm just gonna kind of stop for a second, kind of like bent over at the waist to like stabilize myself, but also like my stomach hurt. And then I got a little lightheaded. Then I vomited, shit myself, and then just like fell over.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Isn't that what happens when you
combo.
die? It's like your body just evacuates itself?
Pretty much.
Oh my god, did you almost die? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I've
if
never
Ron
been
is
dead
a
before.
zombie,
I mean,
that makes a lot more sense, actually.
yeah, it's like
I've never been
like
dead
you-
before. I don't know.
Well, technically, according to the state, you are.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
What if you actually are dead and you just don't know? Like you just didn't realize that you're dead, you shit yourself. The state pronounced you dead, but you just won't die.
You just refuse, so you walk the earth and you've manifested the physical form. This has gone a long way from boop,
yeah.
as we do.
This is some deep shit.
He's an alcohol-powered
DJ.
zombie. God damn it.
But
I didn't
bum.
know.
So I'm curious, when's the last time everyone here shit themselves? I mean, we know
I'm
mine.
trying,
and
I
we know
was trying to
shit is-
think. I can't remember. It must have been like elementary school, I guess.
8th grade.
8th
Oh,
grade.
wow.
Oh, Tinbad. What happened in
You
8th
remember the
grade?
day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no. Tell us.
Honestly, as vicious as fucking middle schoolers are, that sounds worse than me shitting myself as an adult. Like, yeah, it happens to everybody at some point or
I made
another.
it home, so
Okay.
there's no mockery to be had, but yeah,
Okay,
not
that's
so
good.
most of the day.
All I could think was like, man, I'm so glad I am at home right now, and like I couldn't imagine shitting yourself like in public.
Where's the
don't-
worst
I
place
am-
to shit yourself?
I
Yeah.
am not looking forward to getting old.
Where's the worst place to shit yourself, though?
Like,
The plane.
Plane's pretty bad.
plane is pretty bad 'cause you're stuck.
I think I've got the winning one for like worst place to shit yourself.
Talent
One
show.
second.
Unless it's your talent. Shit yourself on command.
I mean,
It was December 18th, 2003.
Man, that's specific. That's also was my friend's 13th birthday. Anyway, continue.
So that one, I was still in school, but again, massive stomach virus. Went to go see Lord of the Rings: Return of the King with my stepbrother for my birthday,
long movie.
and
Oh.
long fucking movie. And again, I was sick, and I
movie
went to the
struggle.
bathroom.
I can make it. I can make it. Nope.
I went to the bathroom. I went up to the facility, and then I puked. And the force of the puke was enough to cause me to shit myself. I'm not
You
seeing
need a very
theme.
special kind of bathroom, Rod.
Rod, I'm just picturing you like you're one of those like squeeze toys where like the eyeballs pop out, but for you it's like what any sort of force on your body is just like expelling from both ends.
I mean, given how often I vomit, I don't think that's the cause.
Well,
I think it's
now.
mostly. Yeah, good point.
You gotta work
Oh.
on.
Cat almost fell.
Oh, poor
She's a little clumsy.
Oh, I mean, she might have an inner ear infection like Noodle. You have to keep me updated on her and see if we can compare notes.
Oh, they looked her ears over and they appear fine, but
I mean, they've
just
looked
every
over,
now and then
they've looked over
like she was.
Noodle as well. It's
Go-
just like keep an eye on her balance. How often and how high does she jump? Things like that.
Oh, she doesn't have a problem jumping when she's ready for it, but like she was like sprawled out on Ben earlier, and then she just very slowly just slid off and then eventually fell.
Well, she is relaxed, and I am glad to hear that.
Yeah, she sounds hella comfortable with you guys.
Yeah, immediately moves in. It's like I live here now.
Laying
Yeah,
on
she's
strangers.
sitting on the mouse
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Does she meow?
Not often.
We'll see what happens once you start giving her treats and she starts begging.
I think she's one of like the handful of cats that is immune to catnip as well.
Huh.
But
Because I like put a little handful in my hand, and maybe the catnip was old, but she sniffed it and it's like, okay, I'll rub against her hand, but I always do that. Then she just went over to Ben and rubbed against him a little bit. No change.
she's high on life.
You know it.
He said that's her secret. She's always stoned.
She's like the Hulk, except
Just like the
tiny and chill. Did anyone else have anything exciting happen to them over the long weekend?
Not yet.
Well, I mean, the long weekend's kind of over,
Hey.
but
Exciting thing I can think of was what happened yesterday during the stream.
yeah,
That was a hot.
Oh,
that
yeah, the highlight.
was a thing. There.
I missed that.
You were there for
What the fuck?
You were there!
No one that did it.
Oh, that exact
The
moment.
team played the
That-
game!
That was your play of the game that you apparently weren't there for? Were you too sober?
I actually have not drank in a few days.
Oh
The-
my god.
As awful as this sounds, I have drank the liquor store out of mead, and they do not have any more in stock.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
really bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
I pray for your liver,
concerning.
It's-
and I hope Ben has a liver he can give you one day that you will probably need.
The best part is they actually had two different sections for me. They had one like just stock shelving, but then they had another one where they would keep stuff in the refrigerator, and I emptied both of them.
Good lord. Did they see you? It was like, he's back.
Do you give them the cold sweats
No, I don't think I'm that bad yet.
yet? So far. But yeah, no, that play of the
But-
game yesterday, because we're gonna move away from Rod's drinking problem, onto some other kind of problem, because he was playing McCree. We were playing Attack on Route 66, and we were escorting the payload. I was Zenyatta because I recently, well, it's been like what, 2 weeks now, week and a half since I started playing.
Something like
Zenyatta.
that.
Yeah. Wow, not really that long.
Nope.
And then I was gone for like a week. So I was in Yada, doing my support thing, but also just murdering the shit out of the other team. Fight me for eliminations, DJ. Of course, DJ's Reinhardt.
Gladly.
And so got the healing, got the tank, got the trifecta with Rod as our DPS McCree doing his stuff. I don't even know what it was because I went back and I highlighted this, and I'm gonna put together like a little video to put up with both mine and Rod's point of views, because it's so comical. I think Rod, you described it as like an entire comedy film in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's you've got the plot. I want to kill these people. You've got the conflict. The Reinhardt is preventing me from killing these people. Then you've got the climax where that is resolved, and then you've got the falling action where we win. All in.
And the resolution where you got play of the game, and it's literally the coordination between the three of us. Like, unfortunately, we put Joker in the babysitting position where he had to take care of like the two randoms. We had a Reaper and a Soldier who just like kept dying in the
No.
back.
Watching
No.
that play the game was worth it.
Though that Reaper did save us from the other ulting Reaper and attempted to steal the play of the game, but ours was just too epic, and we still got it because there's some doubt in my stream highlight. Like there's so many things that are interesting because the play of the game and the highlight that I have themselves are entertaining, and the fact that I'm not even looking at Rod. I'm trying to take care of these randoms, and I'm like, oh, who is that? Oh, you're not dead yet. Toss my Orb of Harmony on them, and I'm looking around. How is everyone else's health? You know, we're at that point where you enter into that facility and you have to turn the payload to the right down towards the end of the checkpoint. So there's like the doors behind us closed, and there's the entryways on the sides. And of course, immediately after I come up and I go around the side, I see Rod's like in the back up trying to go upstairs, and the enemy Reaper is up there. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm like, I don't know, it's Rod. He'll probably stun and kill him, or I don't know. I see the soldier get like knocked around. He's really low for some reason. I don't know why he's not healing himself. So I go to put my orb on him, but he dies because he's a random. And
Of course.
so my orb goes on Rod, and I literally say, I guess I'm healing Rod now. I turn away from him. I'm not even looking at him, but he's heading up the stairs. That's what you're doing at this point, right? Because you've received my orb. And then you started walking up. I turned around. I'm like looking at Joker because he was also trying to keep that fucking soldier alive and glues himself to DJ and the Reaper instead. I'm like, all right, you got them. I'm looking away from Rod, and I just know. And I'm like, I didn't even hit tab. I said out loud, are you trying to high noon? And he doesn't say anything yet. The enemy Reaper has chased him down back onto the ground floor in front of me near DJ. Put my orb back on him. He says, yeah, actually, I am. And I'm like, okay, well, I have ult. Like, where do you want to go? You know what? I'll follow you. I don't know. Rod, you close your ears or something? Because you were saying you didn't hear me say
I had tunnel vision. Like, I could see where they were, and I'm like, I can get them.
It's like
I can get them as long as they don't look at me.
You're at that point, you know, where you're jerking off and you're so close, you're just closing out every distraction, and you're like, I
know he went silent for a bit, but goddamn.
I gotta do this thing, and like you didn't hear me, and I'm following you. We leave the rest of the team. Our soldier is running back. Spawn isn't too far. Soldier can run, so that's fine. I'm following you. We go up the stairs. We go up and I ask you, are we going to go in the little moving thing? Because some McCrees will do that, and because it'll take them in behind, you know, which is useful for when there's an enemy Reinhardt and they put their shield up. If you get them from behind, then they can't block you, or if they do, they're exposing themselves to your team who's pushing the payload. No, instead Rod just fucking, like, falls off the ledge onto the ground, and I'm like, ah! Because, you know, immediately it's a step right up and a little fucking tumbleweed. So me as Zenyatta, I'm like, I mean, I've been called crazy by, like, random Zaryas in plays, so I was like, alright, so I just jumped down. As soon as I hit the ground, I hit Q. Rod's pacing back and forth like a really impatient, like, dog or cat wanting outside. And in my highlight, and this is what I love about the highlight, is Rod says, well, that's a really depressing Reinhardt shield, because we're looking forward into, like, the path that we need our payload to go. So we're off on the side, like in the little, like, alley-ish thing, and we're just looking at it and we're like, fuck, because we've got literally 5 of the enemy team there. The Junkrat is pissing off somewhere. I think there is Mercy, Ana, Reaper, Reinhardt, and Soldier. The Soldier starts to ult, and he's shooting us, and in my highlight, you can see the blood coming out of Rod. But of course, he's not dying, and that's when he's like, man, that's a really unfortunate, like, really depressing Reinhardt shield. And you can hear in both of our highlights at Play the Game, DJ say, the payload is in my charge! Ha! And then we're just sitting there watching, and the Play of the Game, Rod's, like, timer is, I think it gets to 2 seconds left. And our Reinhardt DJ, knocks that Reinhardt's shield because he happens to be the one furthest most towards DJ, so he gets pinned. Rod says, perfect! Immediately quadruple kill. He misses the soldier. My ult ends. I move up. Harmony orb DJ, Discord orb the soldier, kill him. I'm so sad we didn't get a team kill with the Junkrat, but the fact that if you removed any one of us from that equation, that wouldn't have happened, and it's so fucking comical. I don't even know.
And then when everyone's dead, I show up.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You're like, I got my pistol!
Like, yeah, I finished off the Junkrat and then you showed up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Joker's
was
good
there
about
for the
hiding.
victory lap.
Yeah,
I was
were.
walking
But yeah,
back.
isn't
I
the-
died.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, you
I was
hella
walking
died.
back.
Yeah, because I remember I
Yeah.
turned. Oh, you died to the Reaper ult, didn't you?
Probably.
No,
I thought it was the
Soldier.
Riptire, because
The
right when I
Riptire-
ulted, I didn't turn it off.
The Riptire got the soldier.
Soldier.
Our
Yeah.
soldier, because I could not keep him alive for the life of me. But yeah, that was a really long-winded explanation. I'll probably put the link into that video somewhere if you just want to watch that. But
Yeah.
we just keep
Link the highlight and
we keep going over
link Rod's
it,
edit.
and and I'm just like, I don't know, man. That was
The best-
something else.
The best part of it all was it wasn't like a highly coordinated step by step. Okay, we're doing this, don't do this, don't do this. It was just instinct and reading the situation. Like as soon as I saw the Reinhardt turn Rod and Sheena, I didn't even know they were there. I just saw him turn. I was like, tunnel vision, right?
Yeah,
you're vulnerable. You're mine. I'm pinning you.
You do that sometimes, and I yell at you because you charge away from the healers into the team.
Yeah.
The enemy team, and then, Zarya's like, I'm gonna melt you now, Zenyatta, and I'm like, I only have 150 health. I am dead.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, there's been many an occasion of that.
I might be developing a complex about like abandonment issues because of DJ.
I've gotten better at it.
Still happens.
Yeah, that
But that was, like,
moment was
impeccable
perfect.
reaction. Like, I don't know, I usually get gold in a lot of things when I play with you guys. I tried to play with some randoms earlier, and, like, we lost all of our games, there was no coordination, and I'm like, how do people play, like, without a consistent semi-team, even if it's just 3 people? Like, it's horrible. Never again. I can't solo queue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solo queue is always weird in any multiplayer game like that.
Well, it's either, oh, let's solo queue a healer. I keep them alive, but they don't push. Okay, let's solo queue a attack, like a fence character, like Tracer or Genji or Pharah. Cool, I have killed a bunch of them, and I am on the objective, but my team is still not pushing past the front lines, and then I get devoured alone on the point. Okay, let's play a tank. My healers abandon me, and I die. And then they yell at me for not protecting them. And I'm just like, there's no winning! I hate all of you! And then I go play Minecraft. Speaking of Minecraft.
Speaking of
Fantastic.
Minecraft.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
finally got it back after... How long has it been?
A couple months.
Can't remember
That
when
was
it
down
last
for-
went down.
Yeah, a month or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think like it's been almost a year since I had last played because it went down when I was overseas, and then when I came back, for whatever reason, the server mod, like my computer was not compatible with it for whatever reason. I don't know, it's something weird. But we have it back.
computer issues.
There's like a lot of people online. I usually like check in and see what everyone's building or like making. And I know Joker and Rod, we were all talking about going into creative mode and creating like some community like obstacle courses or something, and having like horse saddles and horse armor as like rewards or something.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
Yep,
Rod,
which reminds me I forgot to do that today.
Yeah, Rod, you've been busy with the cat and
I have.
other stuff, it sounds like.
Lack of mead.
Yeah, productivity is really shutting down when I'm sober. There's so many other things that I can do.
Like drive.
Yeah.
I know, right?
God. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Wings is on right now. She's No one seems to be going into the fortress for some reason. I built.
They
No, I
stop
had to
in, but
introduce
people like
someone.
building their own house.
It's true. Like
I
I
had to
understand
introduce
that.
someone to
There's a few people that use it.
People
We did.
people tend to go back and use the farm and the other utilities there.
Yeah, because there's everything you could ever need in there. Oh, we should check and see if the anvil needs replacing though.
Oh, I have been.
Also, for some reason, there is a hole that I'm seeing in one of the dorms. But Joker and I built that. I built it with the intent of having it kind of be like a community place of living. I think what we might do is use it as a home base, because we set up the dorms so that everyone is split up into the 2 dorm wings, and then also the sub-dorm team by color. And I believe DJ claimed one of the team yellow spots. Each color team is
Yep.
in sets of 2. So we are looking to utilize that later on, where we will have that be your guys' spawns, so that if you die, like, you'll end up there, and we'll teleport you back to the, I guess, obstacle course, or whatever the fuck it is. I know some people have stumbled on or gotten close to some things, so if you've been, like, randomly teleported at some point, it might be because you were too close to it. we'll show you in due time. Unlike the last time too, though, we are, as mods, trying to avoid playing in creative for our own experience. So the only time I'm allowing mods to use creative mode is if we are building things for you guys. So like these like, what would you call them? Like trials?
Challenges?
Challenges? Because we've been playing survival mode for like a week now. How long?
I think almost 2 weeks.
When did we set up this? When did Raw drunkenly buy the server?
I don't even know.
It's been 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's been 2 weeks because
So-
you streamed Minecraft that Friday.
Yeah. So it's been a week and a half.
Something like no.
It was Friday before last.
So
A week and a half. 'Cause it's
2.5?
It's Wednesday.
So from last Friday, it was a week. It was 2 weeks before last Friday, I think. Was it?
Oh my god. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Actually doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've been playing on survival and, you know, exploring, going on our excavation missions, and we have only found like 2 saddles. I say 2 because Card is a mod, but he fucking goes hard. Card.
He's a solo queue hero.
He's a solo queue hero, and he already like had armor and diamond armor, or sorry, horse armor and diamond armor, and
Mhm.
we're like, we found 1 armor for the horses at home. So we are playing fairly. We're on the same playing ground as the rest of you, so please don't feel that that it's an unfair advantage. Because I feel like that was something that happened last time, and it was just, it wasn't the same, because now we set up things like, oh, like we have things to trade because of where we live, and then I think we were talking about setting up like a trading post too. That's that kind of,
Yeah, that's that little sandbar I was working on with the boat, because I figured it was a centrally located area. It'll give people a reason to like look
Central
at that
how?
beach
That's
area
so
that you were working
fucking
on.
far from where we are. That's not
From
Central to everyone
Yes.
else.
Yeah, the main population is
Okay,
pretty
okay.
central.
Okay, yeah, we went really far.
Yeah, well,
That's
we're
our
not the
fault.
The only
farthest, but
person-
we
No,
are
we're
pretty far.
not.
We haven't gone far.
No, so
That
far.
title now belongs to Cynthia.
That well,
I've been
Wait, where did they go?
spectating her.
well, and then there's
I've been
Zaku.
expecting- Zaku went west
I remember
about
it.
12,000 blocks.
So-
Cynthia on this trek today is going about 25,000 north.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna
Because we're
say,
both looking for
How-
jungle wood.
How come
It's
the
so freaking hard to find.
Yeah, jungles are pretty rare apparently.
Apparently, I would say we go more south.
I'm looking at more villages to survey because, unfortunately, I guess like sudden village collapse syndrome kind of hit the main continent, except for
I-
Card's prison.
Yeah, well, I
There's
mean,
a
hey, if it
prison?
works, it works.
Like there is one village, like a little northwest of the spawn. Has anyone been there?
Northwest. Talking about the orange roofed one.
Yeah.
That place is pretty desolate, actually.
Really? Why?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people there at all. Yeah.
The village is very, very poorly generated. Some of the buildings the villagers can't get into, so they'll run into those buildings that don't have doors, and zombies will just corner them in there and eat them.
Oh.
I've been spent about 2 days so far, kind of like surveying the different villages and seeing how they survive.
Fucking
And I
God.
tried to restock them, but that northwest one, I put a couple villagers in, and they died within 3 days.
So is that the
The one,
we need to like?
what's that?
Do we need to like re-architect some of it for them, or?
Honestly, I'm not
Put some doors
terribly
in.
concerned about it because Card's prison compound is honestly perfect.
See, I
Right
don't
now?
know where when you're sitting. Like what? Where is that?
Northeast. It's the one that has a stone wall all the way around it.
Oh, I did see something like that.
Everyone's taken to referring to that as the prison.
They're not wrong. It's more of a concentration camp, actually.
God damn it.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, wait, northeast.
No,
of
there was a time
the
where I
spawn?
saw a butcher escape. Card tracked the butcher down and killed him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not a good life to live there, but you do live.
Oh, this one. Okay, I found it.
Not gonna lie,
Sure,
my village isn't technically much better.
No, yours is a factory. Let's be real.
I wouldn't even call it that. I mean,
Rod
also
has a sweatshop.
Chops like
My-
temple.
my village actually was one of the ones that went extinct, but Chop and I
No, Chop murdered them. Let's talk about that.
they were zombies, okay, and I'm of the mind if they're a zombie, they're free game. But
No, you say that now, but you were upset that Chop killed them because he was like, I don't know.
no,
what's
I
the
was
golden
upset
apple
that
line.
zombies killed them.
Oh.
They were already dead. We didn't have the potion stand to revive them.
Oh.
But now
No,
we
there's
do.
always- There's a potion stand at the fortress, always has been.
Didn't know about that. I have never been to the fortress except 2 days ago I went by and I sheared some sheep.
There's also an anvil and an enchantment table.
Yeah, those
I
are
might have to go back to the enchantment table.
Yeah, those are
Mhm.
free for the community to use. It's just a bit of a trek. And we're also hoping if you gather anything from the farm there that you replace it or like replant before you leave. Again,
Oh man, I loved reading cards passive aggressive signs about replant or I'll kill you.
oh, that's not
In
really
this prison.
passive aggressive. That's just
Oh,
aggressive.
in the prison.
That's just-
I mean, it's passive aggressive for Card, who welcomed everyone onto the server with an arrow to the forehead.
That
I'm still going to call it the concentration camp. It seems more fitting.
yeah.
But I'm proud to say, through the creative use of my tower's poor architecture, we did manage to spawn some more zombie villagers and revive them.
Nice.
Where?
In his village.
Oh, wait, didn't you?
Yeah, my village.
Didn't you
What's
capture
that?
monsters too in this tower?
And mine, yes, more or less.
Hmm.
The third floor or fifth floor, I don't know. We've renovated so many times. There's a lot of empty rooms that I could just make things spawn in.
Well then, it's just it just feels like poor Chop is like your slave.
He's the one with all the better equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel much more like, you know, the Mr. Moneybags who runs the economy, but if you had to fight,
That's
you wouldn't be able to, like, lift a weapon. You'd, like, hit yourself in the shin and, like, bounce around, like, holding it. Like, ow!
funny. Funny enough, that is actually kind of what I do because I do all the
At work.
training and whatnot. So
Oh, I thought you meant in real
another
life.
reason we have all these emeralds.
Oh, I know, because we get those emeralds from you because you're too lazy to go
Oh,
find
yeah.
the things.
Actually, we just made a paper run last time we were online.
We have so much paper, your village won't take anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a librarian at all?
You have like 4.
Not your main village, your Temple Rod.
Oh,
From the
Not
underwater
a
sea.
thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been neglecting my subjects down there.
No, it's okay. We stopped by, but I think they're dying.
Yeah, there's like
I went
3.
up a fence.
I think they are dying because there's only 3 librarians, and I'm pretty sure there are more than
There
that
were like
before.
7
There were-
before, because I remember Joker was really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of these villages have very poor generations, especially the ones on mountainous terrain,
Well,
and zombies
they were
just
there.
get in.
No, they were there, and then you moved in, and now they're dying.
I did not put anything under the temple.
You put something.
I feel like
Gotta
that
say,
needs to
though,
be stated.
that temple does look nice.
Thank you. I am going to put something under it later.
Cthulhu.
And then there was
Can I spawn an Ender Dragon in the overworld?
oh god.
No,
Oh.
There was
and you don't want to.
Tinbad building his fortress on another mountainside. Guess he wanted some of that
Yeah.
Pacific Northwestern snow simulation. I know the
Yeah,
feels.
it's a fortress on top, and it just keeps going down and down and down until it's bedrock.
Wait, really? I've never visited.
Yep.
Damn.
No one visits.
It's vast.
Very far out of the way,
feels,
Tinbad.
it feels very, I think, like Beauty and the Beast, where it's like he has this like big epic thing, but like no one visits. So
I mean, Demi visits.
that's true. Demi,
Yeah.
No, she
Demi
hasn't.
is Belle. She's got the quaint little like farmhouse, like a little bit away. Demi does.
She's building the Wayne Mansion. What do you mean farmhouse?
Wait, what?
She's like Batman. She's building the Wayne Mansion.
Oh,
And
yeah,
she's building
over
Batcave.
there. But, like, she's got her humble abode with Puckett.
Yeah.
The rooftop garden.
Yeah, that was all cute. Some people...
Tinbad's little village there on the desert's another one that's having problems.
Yep.
Man, I need to, like, go explore more of these villages. Oh, the one that's, like, on the cusp?
Yeah, because there's like a ravine that runs through there, and
Oh my
that
God.
messes with a lot of the housing
What the
generation. And
fuck?
also, there's an
World
ender portal.
generation. Oh. Yeah.
Welcome to Minecraft Modcast.
Hey, I wanna feature some of the community's builds at some point in some videos, cause it's pretty neat.
I want to
Some-
see Remedy's tower finished.
Which
Yeah, that's a
one?
neat
Oh,
one.
that one, the one in the sky.
That thing. Yeah, well, mostly in the sky. It's got the little thin pillar so you can access it. But yeah,
The
that thing looks
Wait.
very impressive.
yeah, the,
South of
Whose tower?
Spawn, next to the giant pig.
Okay.
Yeah.
that
Take a
one,
look
right?
at
Yeah, that one.
It's something.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one. I know Wings is just starting out, and I think
This is
I
her
think-
first time playing
I
Minecraft.
know she won the
Yeah.
giveaway. I think it was Wiz was doing the giveaway, and it was Wings
Uh,
and
That's right.
one other.
Death Killer.
Was it Death Killer who won?
Who has also never played Minecraft.
Yeah, so like they're playing for the
Hmm.
first time. It looks like Ava's helping her out. So
Yeah.
yeah, Ava's got her like little waterfall.
Actually, just whitelisted Jade earlier tonight.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, we recently also
Yeah.
updated the server, right? But we've been getting
Yep.
a lot of lag
Yes.
problems. I'm not sure how we're gonna resolve that. Now we'll figure it out.
That's
Oh, yeah.
too big.
Speaking of Ava, we should also feature the Moist Arboretum.
The what?
The Moist Arboretum. That's what our house is called.
The
Oh
moist.
God.
What?
The moist
Moist-
arboretum,
Arboretum. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
like trees.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah. It does look rather.
I like that before she called it the high rise.
wet.
The high rise. It's neat though. I mean, like monsters can't get to her because she's
Yep.
just up in the air.
She has a drawbridge.
Does she?
Yeah, she used
Oh,
trapdoors.
the bridge is incredible.
Huh.
So simple but so effective.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to go.
Actually, Rod, I think you used trapdoors before like that in the old server.
Yeah. What is
Wow.
it? Isengard.
Mm-hmm.
Wings is making her house very fast. She has one heart, but she's got like 4 stories.
I'm gonna
Eh.
go take her some food.
Okay. Aw, there you go.
I'm in the neighborhood because I was checking out the boat.
Maybe grab some. I don't know if she has any chests.
She does.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, now we're all just talking about Minecraft. What else has been going on with the community?
You started a new game today.
I did. Oh, I did.
Isn't it so much fun?
Oh my god, just the when it was like press select to do this thing, I was like, out of
Select.
all
What?
Bad sign.
the
What?
buttons you could have me push, and let's just talk about the PlayStation controllers. Select and start are not easy to get to when your analog sticks are that tall in comparison. I'm not sure how it is in an Xbox controller, but the position of start and select on a PlayStation 3 controller is not immediately accessible. I also have smaller than average hands. I have little, not like baby hands, but I have tiny hands. They're proportionate, but they're tiny.
So they're not Donald Trump hands.
No. They're also not like leathery. Anyway, yeah, we started off a chain of memories today from the Kingdom Hearts series. I've been doing the playthroughs of Kingdom Hearts when people kind of voted on that a couple months ago now. Like, when did I start Birth by Sleep? Was that in April?
God,
I feel like it was.
Oh,
It was
a while
before my
ago.
birthday, right?
Yeah, it was definitely before your birthday.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
I think it was like near the end of April. I started Birth by Sleep,
Hmm.
and I kind of decided, because there's a lot of people in the community who, because the franchise is so old now, it's like over 10 years old. I think it's like 15 years almost. When did the first one
I
come
think
out?
2003
3. Okay,
in America,
so it's
at least.
Yeah, so it's
For
like
sure.
13 years old, and a lot of these games were on consoles that, I mean, some of them, like, I never got to play. I've never played Chain of Memories because it was on the Game Boy Advance, and I never had that when it came out.
Yeah, then it came to PS2 and they remade it, and they should not have.
They shouldn't have ported it. But
No.
I didn't get a PS2, I think, until I was like 16 or 17. I had been borrowing a friend of mine's to play the first Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X. So that was like my first introduction to like RPGs. I was like, oh my god, these are amazing. Why have I never played these before?
Decent place to start.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. So I did the playthrough of Birth by Sleep, and then I did Kingdom Hearts 1 because I'm trying to do it as chronologically accurate to the canonical timeline as possible as one can by playing one game at a time and not jumping between the two. And also uploading those rebroadcasts to my YouTube. So we just wrapped up Kingdom Hearts 1 a couple weeks ago. The Birth by Sleep uploads are, well, they will be done by the time this is up. And we started Chain of Memories, and after Chain of Memories I think it's 358 over 2? Or is it 2? Joker?
Joker. I trick you.
Oh, I feel like he's like...
Uh,
Anyway.
I'll say that again. Sorry, my dad.
Oh, in the order, is it, after...
358 is next.
Right, okay.
Well,
so
technically, 358 definitely actually starts first, but then halfway through, Chain of Memory starts, and they kind of like finish at like the same time.
As you should. But yeah, so it's hard to like play. Do you see what I'm saying? Because some of the timelines are like coinciding, it's hard. But I figured them in as
Yeah,
well.
not to mention 358 is a movie in 1.5,
Thank God.
and the way you could play it would be on the DS.
No, because I tried and I quit at Kurt. Fuck.
Yeah, Kurt is a bastard.
I couldn't figure it out. I got stuck there. I don't know why. I accepted a mission and I couldn't abandon it, and I was like, well, I'm done. But,
You destroyed him in Final Mix, though.
oh, you know it. You guys made me play Proud Mode. I 100 leveled that shit. I defeated Sephiroth. I got Ultima Weapon. I got all the spell upgrades. I destroyed the Colosseum. You name it, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking no more truffles, no more mushrooms. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm having war flashbacks. Oh god, why?
Tarzan.
No, not the deep jungle. Why did you remind me?
Oh, I remember the name.
Fuck Tarzan Land. No. Oh my god, I forgot. Why would you remind me?
How late were you?
Well, now
up
you
at
can.
night, like
Well, now
six?
just remember. Now you don't have to go back. You're done. It's over.
That's what we said about Disney Town.
I mean, that was after the third time you went there. It was over.
It's never over. But anyway, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the card system. I'm kind of getting it. I think my problem is, and it's kind of common in a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, and that's why when people ask which is your favorite and I say Birth by Sleep, it's just because they've smoothed out the battle system to be a lot more player friendly, and Chain of Memories is everything but.
Yeah.
There's no explanation for like the shorthands of things. Like they were saying like CP and like blah blah, and I'm like, you leveled up. Do you want a slight? And I'm like, sure. I don't know what that is, right? And I was like, yeah, let's get a slight. I guess let's get more CP. And I'm like, you're blindly upgrading stuff.
Well, Moogle P.
Yeah, let's get some P. Let's get some Moogle P. And I'm like, I mean, I have enough, like, knowledge to understand there's probably going to be Moogles that I can buy things from later on. Like, that's going to be the shop system. But to just, like, be collecting all this stuff and not have the game pause and be like, throughout the game, you'll collect Moogle P. You can use this to shop
I will
from
say,
vendors later on.
358 over 2 has the best Moogle shop in the game in the entire series.
Really? Well, we'll have to find out. But not right now.
Not right now.
But yeah, I'm still. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Oh no, I want to talk about it, but Joker, I think you're the only one who saw it here. I think.
Maybe I don't know because you didn't say what it is.
No, I wanted to talk about the reason I'm playing Chain of Memories is because Final Fantasy 15 got pushed back.
Oh yes.
I was originally gonna wait because I wasn't sure how long, because I haven't played it before, how long Chain of Memories is and how much time I'll need to give myself between games, because obviously as soon as 15 is out, I want to play it. I want to stream it. You know, people have been asking. I've been waiting 11 years for this game. Almost 12, because they first showed the trailer in like 2006 and it's coming out right at the end of the year. So, but I went to the Uncovered event a couple of months ago where Lena Headey and what's the guy from Breaking Bad?
Aaron Paul
were at the Uncovered event that Tim Geddes and Greg Miller were hosting. I went with my friend, you know, and then I played the Platinum demo, which, because I've been trying so hard to avoid any sort of story or character spoilers, I don't want to know who dies, aside from fucking, it's Sean Bean, of course he's gonna die, that's his role, you know?
Spoilers.
It's Sean Bean! Like,
It's not
come
really
on!
a spoiler at that point.
It's
Yeah, I
if he's
remember
cast
when-
as someone, he's gonna die! We know that
Yeah,
already.
I actually remember my my tweet when during the Uncovered event, which was Rip the King.
Right? It's like,
One does not simply expect Sean Bean to survive
exactly.
in any role.
Actually-
Ever.
I'm surprised to say I went and saw a horror movie when I was stationed in California with one of my shipmates, and it was a horror movie with Sean Bean in it. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where this is going.
No, yeah.
He's
Whoa!
Yeah, there are a few movies where he does live, actually.
That's
Huh?
a plot
Oh, no.
twist.
Actually, that reminds me. Has anyone here ever seen the movie Black Plague?
Is it animated?
No.
No, I have no idea.
It's Sean Bean in it.
Is
Sean
he-
Bean's in it. He gets ripped apart by horses.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sean, why?
it's brutal.
Anyway, so at the Uncovered event, I'm gonna come back. At the Uncovered event, because Final Fantasy 15 has been in production for so long, they had the Kingdom Hearts 2 battle team, I believe, were moved on to 15 to kind of build that open world real-time battle system. And then, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 is postponed for another decade. So they're working on that, and they're working really hard on the hype this year. It started with Uncovered, which I think was back at the end of March. It was March 30th, 2016. And it was March or April, I don't know. Whatever, I went.
Earlier in the year.
So they released the Platinum demo then. There's also going to be a phone app game you can get, which is actually the mini game that's in the game as well. It's like a little arcade pinball game. I think it's like 8-bit or 16-bit, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Then they were also releasing the 5 episodes from their animated shorts called Final Fantasy 15
Brotherhood.
which is the broest of fucking stories. And I have to say, aside from the quality of animation, which is fantastic, because is it by Ufotable or Bones? I think it's by Bones, because Bones
I
works
think it's
with
by Bones.
Square Enix a lot.
I think you're mixing up Zestiria.
I probably am. So there's that, and each episode covers why each of the party members is friends with Noctis. So this is like a precursor to the events of the game. However, a couple weeks ago, Kingsglaive was released in the theaters, and oh my god, I had to go. Again, I'm going in very blind. I don't want to know anything that happens except that Sean Bean dies. So I went and I watched it, and I had no idea what was going on. I knew that one guy from Breaking Bad voiced Nyx, and Nyx was part of the Kingsglaive. He's there to protect Princess Luna Freya. And I was like, sure. Holy fuck. Like, I'm gonna try and be as not spoilery as possible because I don't know if the digital release is out yet. I just want to be
it is.
safe. Okay, so it is. But that film tickled so many different parts of me in the sense that I've gone to school for 3D animation. I understand mocap. I understand facial rigging and facial mocap. I understand lighting and rendering. And who remembers the Agnes philosophy that Square Enix put out a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
That was
I do.
a test project, and there was a lot of fire and sparks and lightning in that, and it was for this movie. I'm almost sad because this movie is like, it set the bar too high, and as beautiful as the game itself looks so far, I feel like it's gonna look crappy to me because of how good this movie looked. And there were a lot of really amazing Easter eggs in there for Final Fantasy fans. There was some callbacks to like Final Fantasy Advent Children, like kind of like parallel things. The story, the thing is a lot of people were complaining apparently on the reviews that it was not a good film. It's pandering to like a niche audience, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, it's meant to be a supplementary story to the game, and like one of the reviews said, it's making you like want to play the game to get the rest of the story, and that's literally what it's for. Like, this game has been in production for 11 years. They want you to buy it. So, but even from like a writing point, because I was also an English major before, was they did some really, like, the cinematography is also on point. They did a lot of really great story parallels as well. Like, I keep saying parallels, but if you watch the film and you've watched like Advent Children and you have some idea of storytelling and like the importance of mirroring or reflecting certain scenes to show character growth and you know, like students surpassing their masters and things like that. Joker, you probably know what I'm talking about at this point. But
I think I do.
I was just like, oh my god, no, and great action scenes, a little bit hard to follow, a little bit because there's just so much going on. I will say
I don't have any problems there.
Yeah, I've seen some people say there is a lot of shaky cam, but I've seen worse shaky cam in live action that I literally had to pause because I couldn't understand what was going on. But Kingsglaive was great. I want to watch it like again and again. I think I watched it again during a creative stream because it's just so beautiful. I've shown screenshots to people and they were like, yeah, okay, who is that? How do you know him? And I'm like, no, this is a screenshot from a film that's CGI, and they like did this huge double take because, oh my god, it's so beautiful. But anyway, okay, quiet down the fangirling. You guys need to watch it, even if you're not a Final Fantasy fan. I think it's still very visually appealing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And I am a Final Fantasy fan, so maybe that doesn't have all the... Well, whatever. It's still a good movie. Fuck it.
I'll be sure to take a look at it at some point.
Yeah, I'm trying to not be biased about it, like, as best as possible, and that's why, like, you know, the Easter eggs were like, oh man, that's awesome, that's super cool. But then
If there's one thing you take away from the movie, really the most important part, though, really is just remember that Nyx is worth waiting for.
Oh, fucking hell. That line. Yeah. It's right in the beginning of the movie, too, and I'm just like, man, you are so confident.
It's like the first thing he says.
It is. It's like our introduction to his character.
Mm-hmm.
But, I feel like that about wraps it up for this Modcast, though. We went on a long time about certain topics, but it's also been a while since we've done a Modcast.
Yeah. Cats, Minecraft, Final Fantasy. I think we covered all the big ones.
Poop.
Overwatch.
Pooping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poop. Never forget poop.
Never forget, yeah.
Oh, God. I'm glad I feel better now. More tea, more
Mark-
water,
Yeah, I'm glad you feel better, too.
more bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
But we
good.
must mark this day.
I already marked something. Please, let's not. It wasn't fun. I don't want to. Alright, well, thanks for joining us on this Modcast, guys, and thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any like ideas for topics or things that you'd like us to discuss. I know some of us would be very energetic and enthused to discuss politics, whether it be U.S., Aussie,
God.
or anywhere else. Fucking Brexit. So there's that. There's games that are coming out, shows that you're hyped for. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll put something together for the next one. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
One day we'll get better at that.
Nah, always forever like this.
Nah.
Just
We're
Let it
perfect
flow.
the way we are.
okay.
And yeah, we hung out and then we're like, oh, let's hot tub. So we hot tub. And
Tog has a hot tub?